Hey guys, it's Magaz here. Now this is a mini-sode episode of Balls Deep Season 2 and it is recorded live on the route to a game at Camp Sparta that we played on the 4th of February 2018. You're going to hear from myself and Coup as we just talk general rubbish about airsoft and anticipation about the game we're going to head to. It's recorded with some lav mics in the car, so there is some car background noise. I'm sorry about that. I couldn't get rid of it. No matter what I did, it just made our voices sound all dead funny, and nobody likes that. So there's some good content in there, so bear with the audio, and let's jump straight into mid-sentence of Coup talking about recording footage. Because slightly just before this, we just set off, and the first thing he did was with some snot, and it was awful, and I had to cut it out. So we're going to jump in mid-sentence, although I probably could have left it in, considering I've just done that. Yeah, let's get balls deep.
Basically, I want to, first few months, I want to collect up video footage and then maybe start editing it, because I know I'm not going to get like ace footage from word get-go. I always fucking end up running into stuff and knocking the camera.
I fucking ran face first into a wall the other day. It was brilliant. Got it on. I haven't edited that clip yet, but no. So basically, we were. I'll do a quick intro to the podcast first, because we've just done a cold opening there and just started talking.
Aye.
So like, this is Balls Deep, a mini-sode, sort of like Balls Deep on the road. So we're on our way to Camp Sparta in Curtin and Lindsay. Pardon me. It's not an episode of Balls Deep unless I burp in it.
Yeah.
Like a Rigor Morty reference, I guess.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's myself and Coup today. We're just going to be doing a little mini episode on the way to Camp Sparta, catching up, talking about old stories and stuff like that. And then we'll record another episode on the way back with Jimmy D in the car as well. And we'll be talking about what we've done today. So
who shot who?
Who shot who? Who's wounded? Who's missing limbs?
Who's walking like a croquet hoop?
Who shit themselves because they thought it were a fire? Standard airsoft stuff. But for now, let's just talk about old times. So yeah, last weekend we played at Foundry CQB in Leeds, which you've definitely got to come to that site because it is fucking incredible.
Sound like it's got good floor.
Oh yeah, dude. Like, I'll let you look at the video later. It's up on YouTube. It's just not public yet.
Yeah, well, I spotted the one that you put up where you got shot. Was it with an M203?
Oh yeah, with a 40mm. It's a 40mm grenade pistol.
Damn.
Yeah, man. But yeah, there's a bit where I run through this fucking corridor, and this guy just shoots me. I'm like, oh fucking hell, yeah. And I turn around to walk back through the door that I've just come through, but I'd like moved sideways slightly, so I turned round and just walked straight into a fucking wall. And he's laughing. I turn and go, yeah, just walked. I didn't do nothing. I didn't walk into any walls. Nobody saw anything. It's not on video. There's no proof. Laughing, turn around and fall over a fucking step.
Oh.
And nobody saw that. Operator as fuck.
It's all casual, yeah.
Just everybody look over there. Keep going. Everybody's good. Funny as fuck.
The last game we went to, AAA, this Sunday, the Bestie, literally just decided he was going to take a dive. And there's like a little ravine. It's like a bit like, you know, I don't know, I can't remember which one we went to. It was like a ravine with a big river and basically two hills at either side.
That was all I was airsoft, the old one.
Ah, was it? Ah, cool. Well, that's pretty much what they've got, the new one then. So anyway, Bestie's gone for taking a step over this like river thing. Yeah, both hands sprawled out like an eagle, fucking shoulders. Yeah, and there's this like lump of wood stuck upwards, and he's landed with his shoulder straight on it.
Fuck, man.
Yep, that took him right out. He must have sat out for about half an hour.
Guys, is he like getting into it properly now?
Yeah, well, he started to get some of his gear in that. But I mean, he's got a tight vest, he's got all his gloves and that. I mean, he's at the minute for him, he's just being a bit of a pansy, really. He needs to buy a gun. He's like, oh, but I like that one. Oh, but I like that one.
Stop fanning about it.
Just get one. Yeah, well, I've even pointed out, because he says he's got like, he wants to spend pretty much whatever he needs to on a gun that he likes.
Yeah.
And I've said, right, that's fine. So I've pointed out loads. He's like, no. I says, well, why don't you just go for a really dirt cheap one, use it for a few months, and then whilst you're deciding on a good gun. Because I showed him one of the Seamers. They're only 80 quid, but it's like a packaging deal thing. Saves him having to hire one all the time.
Yeah.
Dirt cheap.
Yeah, because the price of that, if you hire a gun 3 times, that's the price of that fucking gun, isn't it?
Yeah, pretty much. Well, AAA is not specs, it's a tenner and you get a £5 back. But, again, it'd still take quite a few because you can only have the works, you can't just hire a gun.
Yeah.
So anyways, I pointed that out, and it comes with a battery charger, the lot. It's like a little package deal, and I'm doing great. Just trying to convince him to get it if he doesn't buy a different gun.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
Well, Keimer, like it makes me laugh, that brand, because when it first came out, we all called it Keimer.
Yeah.
Like it's like 2006, 2007. Now everybody calls it SEMA.
I don't know why I call it SEMA.
No, literally everybody else in the world except like us lot calls it SEMA. I have no idea why.
No, I don't. And literally just as I read it, that's how I saw it, SEMA.
That was like one of the first Chinese-made brands.
Yeah.
And they're fucking good. Like they were. Everybody used to like call them dog shit and terrible and awful when they first came out.
Well, this is
they were a copy of TM, and everyone's like, oh, it's just cheap Chinese fucking plastic.
Yeah.
But Plumber bought. Well, in fact, we all bought some. Basically, there used to be this website called RSOV, RSOV.
Yeah.
It was in China, and it was the height of what we call the ACM boom.
Yeah.
The old China-made boom.
Yeah.
Where the fields were just flooded with fucking 30 quid Chinese guns. So basically, if you ordered from RSOV, you could buy like an AK or something for 30 quid, and it cost almost as much in postage. But if there were like 7 or 8 of you ordering at the same time and you all bought like 3 guns,
yeah,
it was fucking brilliant.
We
made an order once where they were like me, Elliot, Chef, and Plumber, who all bought guns at the same time. And fucking hell, that when the parcel came, fuck me, it came in like 2 massive parcels, like 3 gun boxes taped together each. And then this fucking little square thing with all these fucking bits in.
Well, that one that I'm showing him, it says on the website, so whether it does until it's crawled on, it's firing at 330 and 340.
That's sweet.
I think that's not so bad, really.
You know, that's all you need. You don't need any more than 330.
No, exactly. And obviously, it comes with a neem high, I think.
Nickel.
Yeah, them old things. I told him to get a 7.4 LiPo straight away.
Yeah.
And then that'll do it for most of the day. Although I've bought 3 because that Mars it really does suck them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, 3 batteries I'll pretty much nail most of them today.
Yeah, but do you just can it on fucking full auto all day?
I'm not allowed to. I'm hot. I have to stay single.
All right. Well, you should have put your other spring in.
That's what I'm saying. I just have. Yeah, I haven't. I've brought the spring, but I've not put it in yet. Because to be fair, really, when you're out in the woodlands, it's not quite as fast paced, so you can take your time single shooting a lot. If you get my meaning.
Luke first sent me a fucking picture of his loadout.
Yeah.
And he's got this fucking little G&G M4 with a fucking 3,000 round box mag on it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, he's just like flicking that on rock and roll and just emptying a mag.
Yeah, he is.
Like, this is why I don't play fucking Woodland. Well, every cunt's got an M4 with a box mag on it.
No, I'm not up at AAA. It's pretty evenly matched. I mean, some days you'll find there's more snipers, like on a nice dry day, all the snipers come out of the woodworks. But that's about it. And obviously, because of the site itself isn't too bad, there's lots to hide behind, etc., and lots of up and down. Yeah. There's no real straight, so the snipers don't really have that much range before something's blocking the view. So it's not too bad.
It's not so much about range though with snipers. It's about being able to get that shot on to the enemy before they can get one to you, and accurately. Because
you'll have to at least come to one game.
Yeah, we're talking about it. Saying we're going to wait until it's like warmer and sunnier weather.
Well, at the minute they've just had to get rid of, well, not have to get rid of, but what they've just done is, if you can envision an L shape, and in that
I can envision an L shape. It's the first letter of my name. I'm pretty well.
So, and basically, the bottom bit is one playing field, and the top bit's another playing field. Well, the top one's the bigger one, and basically what they've done is they've knocked down all the trees, so it looks like a bomb's gone off, and it's just the black dirt and loads of stubs everywhere, tree stubs. And basically what they're going to do is try and clear all that out and put like a mini CQB site there, but it's going to take about 6 months for it to dry out. So they've sort of shot themselves in the foot.
Who runs it?
A dude called Alan.
It's the guy who ran it.
I'm sure it's the same people from Anzio, because they're always on about Anzio a lot. But I don't know if that's just because they like going there,
if it were
the old guys.
If it were the same people who run Anzio, it wouldn't be called All Arms Airsoft.
Yeah.
It'd be called First and Only Airsoft, and then some rando name.
Something else I didn't know, Bestie was telling me the other day, he was obviously, being an idiot, he was bullying a kid when he was younger, and to find out that same kid now is one of the managers at First and Only.
Yeah, so, I was going to say, the guy who there were 2 people who run and manage All Arms, aren't there?
Yeah.
So they came to AI 500.
Yeah, well, he He had a beard, didn't he? I turned around to him and said, "You look like Negan with that beard."
He was like, "Oh, you the captain?" I'm like, "Yeah." He goes, "Oh, I were going to go for that, but I didn't get it." I'm like, "All right, we'll just try next year, dude, because it's going to be back in." I'm like, where are you from anyway? He goes, "Oh, from Blackburn." I'm like, "Fuck off." He's like, yeah, because I'm from Accrington. He goes, "Oh, why don't you come to our site then? We've got a site." I'm like, "It's not All Arms Airsoft, is it?" He's like, yeah. I'm like, "Fucking hell, Johnny, you're a story from the fucking deep dark past." He's like, "What?" I goes, "We started that site."
Yeah.
CBMPC started All Arms Airsoft.
Yeah, see, you said that on Facebook. How did that work?
So it started off as Elite CQB in Burnley.
Right.
Remember that? Did you come to that janky fucking CQB site in Burnley?
Once. Yeah.
Right.
Once.
Well, that was the Elite Shooting Centre in like, what was that? 2002, 2004, something like that.
Yeah.
And we used to just do pistol. Like, so me and Ev started going there because this guy who I bought some parts off was from Burnley, and he's like, "Oh, why don't you come and do the practical pistol?" Like, 'cause we didn't know what the fuck practical shooting was.
Yeah.
So we went along to the opening event there, and well, in fact, we went along before that. It's like a pre-opening event, and then we became like, we said, he said basically, if you want, you can have a membership with us if you work this event for us. Yeah. So like, we were experienced in that, and we knew what we were doing. So we were just taking people through days. Because they were basically, I had an open day, and they were getting people to come in and shoot. Like you pay like £3 and you get like 2 mags and 2 courses of fire.
Yeah.
Or whatever, and then you had the opportunity to join and come back to a club night. And we used to do that like every week. Like, we'd go over there and do like the practical shooting, and then we were saying like, you could turn this into a sweet little CQB site.
Yeah.
Like
They had a shop at one point, didn't they?
Yeah. They've still got a shop. It's not in Berlin, I think. It's in Bolton.
Alright.
But yeah, so they still do practical pistol at them ranges. But we were saying you could turn this into like a proper close quarters CQB site. So like 5-a-side at most, and it'd be fucking awesome. And then they're like, "Nah, you're fucking crazy, I'm like, well, because they'll let you hire the range for like shooting competitions. So, well, how about let us hire it, and we'll bring like 10 guys or so, and we'll show you that people want to play this kind of thing." So we hired the range for a private event. Yeah. And we had like 15 people there. Fucking way too many. But I were like marshalling it for the most part. So we're Plumber, and Plumber and Scott were taking like turns in marshalling it. Yeah. And they went like, "I can't believe people actually come and want to shoot at each other," because they all came from a practical shooting. Yeah. So they couldn't imagine that people wanted to shoot people with these guns. Yeah. So it's just kind of like so we were like explaining this fucking massive industry, and you've got a nice little site here to do like every so often like little CQB games. Yeah. So we said, right, let's start doing it then. So we started doing it, and we basically ran every 2 weeks a CQB game there, and 10-a-side. We were marshalling it. It was so fucking sketchy, like 360 FPS limits with fucking full automatic in CQB. It was amazing. It was fucking brutal. But it was fast. Proper old school CQB, like the fucking Wild West. And then we ran that for like 6 months or so. And Ray, who was one of the guys who like helped with the range, he owns the building, I think, manages it, whatever. He said, "Why don't we extend it? This is just not like big enough to make money from. Yeah. Let's turn it into a proper business." So him and Mike sort of got together and started looking for
places.
Yeah, places, and they found
locations.
A couple of places. So they found this one site initially which had a warehouse in the middle of it, and they were trying to like seal it down for fucking ages, and it looked fucking awesome. They were like drawing us all these plants in, there's a valley around it, big warehouse, it's going to be great. But they just couldn't come to an agreement with the fucking landowner. Yeah. So they found this archery club in Trawden. And the archery club were like, "Yeah, fuck it, dude, just come up anytime you want, like as long as there's not an archery event on, and run games here." So yeah, so they started running events there, and we used to like go up and marshal all the time for it. They ran this scheme like where if you basically marshaled for us, every game you marshal, you get a free game to play. Like, cool. And it's like every time you come to a build day, you get a free.
That's what they do up at free build days.
We never got a fucking free day in the whole fucking forever.
Well, they do up there. That's not too bad. I mean, one of the guys that go with John, he pretty much relies on them build days to get his free games so that he can go. So it's pretty cool, but he does take a lot of build tools and stuff like that, and a lot of the boards and that you hide behind are probably built by John.
Yeah, we used to as well, like fucking
Well, there's a little section, there's like a swamp area, and for some reason, you know the one where I'm on Facebook where I'm stood up because I'm dead and my fucking legs are pure. Well, there it's like a boggan area, and what they need, boggan, toboggan. No, it's really horrible. So they need to put boards there because you
like
just
duck boards to get over it.
Yeah, well, no, not even that, to hide behind. Because the amount of areas that you'll end up bloody getting stuck and like trying to get over, you just get absolutely on because it's just basically one big open field, and usually that's where the flags are. So they need to put on next build day, put a few boards up there. But it is quite massive, really, to be fair.
Well, like the old site was.
Yeah.
But back when it first opened, it wasn't called All Arms Airsoft.
No.
It's called Elite Fire Zone because it was part of like the Elite branding.
Yeah.
And then I don't know what happened, but Mike sort of split from it.
Yeah.
I think he just wanted to carry on doing his own
thing.
Like keep his brand his own.
Yeah.
So they changed it from Elite Fire Zone to All Arms Airsoft. But we had a bit of a grief with them at one point because not so much like a grief for like falling out with them, but basically we'd started the site and we used to work it all the time.
Yeah.
And then new members came and new people joined, and we stopped going for a while because we started going to SWAT more often and stuff like that because it was just a better site.
Yeah.
And then we came back and they had all these new marshals that just like didn't know who we were.
Yeah.
Like not to say like, oh, we were famous and we deserved something for fucking being there, but like we were part of that community, and then they came and just treated us like shit.
Yeah.
They used to make games based solely on their team being able to win and have the upper hand.
Yeah.
So they just started giving us shit all the time. So we're like, nah, fuck you, we're not going anymore then.
Yeah.
So we just fucking stopped going.
See, at the minute, they're sort of they specifically state, and I think they might have learnt the lesson from that, I don't know, but they state at the beginning the marshals may shoot you, they may move you on or something if they feel the game is getting stagnant or something, or they feel that you're not.
All sites do that.
That's what I mean. So sometimes it seems like the marshals are getting involved and it's spoiling the game, but it's not. It's might see they've seen something.
It's like being an admin on DayZ, isn't it? You can see shit and you can intervene and change it.
Yeah.
And make the game flow. Otherwise, it's just going to stop and there's going to be shit there.
Yeah.
But what I'm getting at there is like to just confirm this as well, that the people that used to run it then are nothing to do with it anymore.
No.
It's all new people.
Yeah.
So like the All Arms name that I'm saying was getting tarnished is nothing to do with the All Arms that you go to now.
Yeah,
they moved,
because they were all at Darwin now, and it's a fresh new site. They're only just building.
Yeah, when they moved, like they completely changed.
Yeah.
Which is good because I'd like to go and see what the community is like over there now.
Yeah, it is. It's really good. I mean, you get quite a variety. We get Polish, Japanese. I assume Japanese. I don't go over and say, "Hey, what religion?"
So Japanese isn't a religion.
No, a race then. But do you get what I mean? I don't like dig in. I was just like, I just assume from a distance, and then when you hear them talking again, you just assume. But yeah, it's quite a variety of different people are up there. I mean, I don't see many chicks, but there's been a few up there. I mean, it's quite surprising. I mean, there's been a few with all the gear and no idea, but it's one of them, isn't it? It's kind of a good mix of a community at the minute.
That's cool.
But I think that's because there's no overwhelming people taking over, like they own that site, they're going to be there every week.
There's no like home site that have well, that's what it used to have. There used to be a home team.
Yeah.
Because they used to run it the same. We're not a site, we're a club. And we run it like for our members. And the home team, they just used to not take the hits. They used to make up games that seriously benefited them. Like, I'll give you an example in a second. So like they could have the best game experience and everybody else was just cannon fodder for them.
Yeah.
Like one game, their team had bought like some support guns, like old school A&K M249s.
Yeah.
And they were like, yeah, we're going to do like an attack on a Normandy beach sort of thing. And I'm like, that sounds fucking awesome. I were envisioning they're going to be on top of Hamburger Hill and we've got to fight across the fucking dead ground, up the hill into the bunkers.
Yeah.
But no, basically just went to the top hill, like the top plateau, which is a massive fucking field. And over at the back towards where they had this area called fucking Baghdad, they had 2 sandbag bunkers, which we spent an entire day just filling sandbags up so they could build. That was a fucking horrible day. It's freezing cold and we're just digging fucking frozen shit and mud into sandbags. It's horrible.
Oh,
and we didn't get a free day for it. But anyway, so basically these guys were in these bunkers with these 249s, and there were about 6 of them or so with AEGs and that as well. And everybody else on the site had to split into 2 fire teams. And these fire teams had a 1IC and a 2IC. And they basically had to follow the orders of the 1IC. And then the rules were you had to advance in extended line towards the enemy pillboxes. You weren't allowed to take cover, change direction, or run. So what the fuck is this? The SOP? It's like fucking World War One.
Yeah, just stick
Jesus fucking Christ! I was like, no, you've got... So the guy they put us when I see, I had no idea what they were doing. So I said, well, fuck this. I need a piss. I'm gonna just charge, get shot, and I'm gonna go for a piss, right?
Yeah.
So I fucking ran, got shot, and just walked off to the safe zone to have a piss. So I'm in a bush taking a piss. Plumber, Scott, and Chef went to when I see went, fuck this noise. What we're gonna do is you organise your fire team to walk an extended line that way and just fire at their fucking bunker. We're gonna flank right, gonna go down this valley, along, come up behind them, we'll just post fucking grenades in their pillboxes.
Bingo.
And he's like, I'm coming with you guys. Like, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
so those 4, Plumber, Scott, Chef, and this rando guy, did exactly that. They wiped out our entire team apart from these fucking 4 who snuck up behind them and posted like infinite grenades into the fucking... So we had, that site used to allow us to make our own grenades.
Sweet. See, but that's the thing back in there.
So anyway, we just fucking popped these grenades. Well, they popped these grenades in there, blew them up. And then Ray comes over and goes, what the fuck, what are you doing? That's not the rules, that's not the rules. You're supposed to advance in extended line. And Plumber's like, no, fuck that. Shit game, there's no way anybody could win that.
Yeah.
Apart from your fucking janky fucking mates over there who weren't going to take the hits anyway, because they never do. So then we're all in the safe zone having a drink, and fucking they all come marching back. And Ray like gathers everybody and goes, right, because Magaz's team cheats. I'm like, hey, what the fuck? Hang on a minute. First of all, we weren't cheating. Second of all, I wasn't even there. We're taking a piss in a bush. Doesn't matter. So because Magaz's team cheats, we're going to do a reimagination of that game. And because they obviously want some action, we're going to put them 4. So the other guy who were like, he's like, no, I'm not getting part of this. Fuck this.
I'm running.
So he fucked off. So we're going to put them 4 in the bunker on Hamburger Hill. The bunker in Hamburger Hill is probably about the size of this car, right? Wooden bunker with like 4 firing slits. Fucking awesome. Because you have infinite lives. When you are hit, you just have to duck back to the ground so you're not getting shot at, and then you can come back into play. Everybody, there were like 30 odd people on site. Everybody else is on like respawn rules and they have to go back. And the only way we can kill you is to put a grenade into the pillbox. I'm like, fucking yes, bring every gun. We brought every fucking gun we had. We just had all these fucking spare guns in there. And there were the 4 of us in there just fucking... Scott and his G3 with like fucking 3,000 rounds of ammo, just... And fucking, we all just fucking lit. We fucking lit fucking everybody.
Anything that moved.
Basically, like, there were 2 of us inside the pillbox, 2 outside. Anybody got fucking close, we just fucking lit them up. The only way they got a grenade in was the Invisible Man. The Invisible Man was the guy we called the Invisible Man because he seemed to turn invisible and shots went through him.
Oh, right, okay.
So he walked up, Scott fucking tore him a new arsehole with his G3. Yeah. Did not let up the trigger, just fucking pasted him with it. Yeah. He still ran up that hill and put a fucking 12 gauge BFG in the fucking pillbox with us.
Tick, tick, boom.
There was not a fucking chance to get anywhere near us.
No.
It was fucking one of the best fucking games. And then after they put the grenade in and they'd won, so to speak, they were like, you won't be cheating like that again, will you? I'm like, fucking yeah, if that's the punishment we get, we're doing that every day.
Yeah.
It's like, what? Because that was the fucking best game we've ever played here.
Yeah. Because they thought it was going to be, yeah.
They thought we were going to have a shit show and just get fucking murdered in 2 minutes. And we were there for about half an hour.
Yeah, nicely.
There were another time, right, where it was a similar game, like where they were like, right, really fucking stringent shit rules that nobody wants to play against. 10 minutes into it, I'm like, fuck this, I'm just going back to the safe zone, I'm going to have a drink, I'm going to get an early dinner, whatever, and we'll chill out. Like 8 or 9 guys, we're going into Yorkshire, last bit of Lancashire before crossing to Toxic Land. Anyway, 8 or 9 guys came with us, like me, Plumber, Scott and that, and we're all just in the safe zone, and they were like, well, this is shit. Why? They were like, their first experience of the site, like, why are they treating us like we're in fucking army going on an extended fucking patrol?
Yeah.
Like, it's shit. And I'm like, I know, right? So do you guys want to play a game like how we used to run games here? And he's like, go on then. Yeah, we had the speedball field that were just like 150 pallets just in like L shapes, just all over the place.
Yeah.
And in the middle was a flag. I said, what we'll do, split into teams of 6, because like, whatever, how many evenly.
Yeah.
And it's just capture the flag.
Basically.
Flag's in the middle.
Get your ass in there and get it.
If you're hit, you got to go back to your spawn, touch the flag.
Yeah.
And we started running it, and then this fucking fire team came over on this fucking extended patrol, and they're like, what are you doing? I'm like, oh, playing some speedball. And they're like, fucking no way, because can we join in? I'm like, yeah, split up into like, half you go on that team, half you come on this team, and just join in. And before we fucking knew it, near enough everybody who was in the fucking shit milsim game that they're playing was playing our fucking game.
Yeah,
and it was just a fucking site staff team on their own out there waiting to ambush somebody. And they just fucking came back eventually like, what are you guys doing? We're like, oh, just waiting for you guys, we're just playing a better game. They're like, no, we want to play this, and everybody's like, nah.
We're bored of that.
Nah, they're shit, mate. They had this fucking, they stopped the day and they're like, right, what kind of games do you want to play? And they're like, we don't want to prancing about like we're in fucking army. We're coming to play airsoft, not fucking relive your fucking water-mated fantasies.
Yeah, I'm not really into all that milsim.
Well, like milsim, there's a difference between milsim and then just walking about a field with a guy who used to be.
Yeah, because when I imagine milsim, I imagine like proper, like as close as possible you can get it with it being airsoft weapons.
Like I've seen like the Operation Lion Claws and Operation Irene, and then the videos Matt the Musketeer puts out.
Yeah.
Like the milsim events they go to are fucking rad.
Yeah.
It's like a 2-3 day event. Like the fucking AI 500 that I went to, that was technically like a milsim.
Yeah.
2-day event, ammo limitations, uniform limitations. So one team's got to be entirely green, one team's got to be entirely tan.
Yeah.
But obviously there's like variations of tan and green camos you can wear and shit. So it's not just like everybody's DCU and everybody's M81.
Yeah.
It's like everybody, you basically choose a pattern, you go with it. Or you choose a colour and go with it. You can't carry more than like 6 magazines with you, and it's X amount of ammo.
Yeah.
And your team has an FOB, like a CP, at one end of the site, and you, at the beginning of the game, you take your day sack over there. Your day sack's got your speed loaders, your water, your food, you mag your ammo in there, and if you need to reload or rearm, you go back to your
CP,
fob.
Yeah.
And then you split into sections, like there's 4 fire teams, Alpha, Bravo, Charlie and Delta. And then there's a command team as well, and the command team have a communications guy who's got a link to the communications guy in Alpha, Bravo, Charlie and Delta. And then you basically got this guy who's got a map saying, right, this is the operate, and it's not just like one game, it's like, there is one game, there is an objective, there's these mini objectives, and then it becomes like a game of domination, so whoever owns the most territory at the end of the day wins a point.
Yeah.
And it's so fucking good, because then like you respawn and you're going back, and your fire team's like being tasked to, all right, so we've got Alpha Fire Team over at the Viper Tower and the seal enclosure. That's going down pretty well, but we're getting fucked over at the train station. We need to send like somebody over, a QRF over, to help the guys at the train station. And it was so much fucking fun.
Yeah.
And that's really cool. That's what I think of now when I think of a milsim. And like events like what we're going to today at Camp Sparta, the games feel like a sort of mini milsim. They're not milsim in the respect that it's one game throughout the entire day.
Yeah.
But it's milsim in the respect that there's multiple teams and there's vehicles driving about that you can get in, and you end up with CPs and shit. Like, it's fucking just such a fucking good game. And that's kind of what I envision now when I hear milsim, not just fannying about in a field. I think Alan's got alongside us, maybe.
Yeah.
There's a car that looks like it. It's not like chugging smoke and breaking down. So it might not be. I don't think it is. I'm not sure. So I didn't get past.
No, that's a Mercedes. This is a Volkswagen.
I couldn't see like the front. Oh yeah, it is. It's not him. And it's a woman. I couldn't see like the front sort of fucking the badge. I could just see a car that's similar colour and the same shape as Alan's. But yes, so right, we're on our way back on topic. We are on our way to Camp Sparta. In fact, just to go off topic one more time, because that's what we do here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take my gloves
back
off.
Back and forth. I know I took my. Sorry for the rustling. I took my jumper off. It was all.
Your mic's still there, isn't it?
Yeah, well, I have to put it on the seatbelt.
So we recorded one of these podcasts the other night, but in Discord. It was really good. It went really well. And then I recorded the podcast, and we finished at like midnight or some shit. And then I edited it, cut it all together. So it's like 1 a.m. I was still editing a podcast. Because to edit a podcast, you've got to listen to the whole thing. So you got to sit, and listen through it. Because there's bits that you're like, fuck no, I'm cutting that out in the thing. There's parts where you're talking and there's just silences like that. Then that was a deliberate one to demonstrate it. Where I will like go back and I'll cut that out. And there's bits like at the beginning of the podcast where somebody goes, you've got to cut that out because the entire audience will have like some crazy ASMR reaction and vomit.
And so who the fuck is this Coup? Not listening to him again.
I thought you said Coup then, didn't you?
Yeah, third person.
I thought you said who the fuck is this Gook? I'm like, that is not very politically correct, Cooper.
No,
anyway, yeah,
I can reassure you.
So I spent fucking ages editing this thing, and then I'm like, oh, I know what I want to do. Rather than just, because basically now with this new version of Balls Deep, it's going to go on YouTube, SoundCloud, and iTunes. I'm going to wait till we've got like 10 episodes, and I'm going to put them up properly. They're all going to go on YouTube now anyway. So SoundCloud and iTunes, it's fine it just being audio. It doesn't need to have any video or anything with it. Yeah. But on YouTube,
they generally want something.
Like normally the podcast that we do, there's video with it.
Yeah.
And it's us talking to the camera, but we're not doing it like that now because it's over Discord, so we can actually get us together and actually do the podcast because we're struggling to get everybody together at the minute.
Yeah.
So just looking at a black screen or a picture of us guys is really fucking boring. I mean, people generally like have it on a different tab while they're doing something or whatever.
Yeah.
So what I did, where I wanted to create a waveform visualization, you know, like where like the thing reacts to your voice.
Yeah.
I'm like, how the fuck do I do that?
Is it equal? No, that's...
Yeah, well, it's similar. Yeah, like that. So I just gave it a quick Google and found this tutorial on YouTube how to do it in After Effects. So I've got After Effects. So I booted After Effects up and then watched the tutorial once and I'm like, I can do that. And it took me 30 seconds to do it. I'm like, fucking yes.
Cracking.
An hour and 2 minute long video, clicked render at like full resolution, and it says 5 hours until render is complete. I'm like, fuck's sake. So my computer is in the same room as my bed. So there's this, like it's liquid cooled, so it's not that loud.
Yeah.
But there's still that, and it would drive me mad. And obviously it's getting hot because it had been on all day with fucking editing video and then fucking recording podcast, editing podcast. Now it's rendering podcast. So the room was fucking roasting. So anyway, and then it rendered out. The fucking waveform file on its own was 228 gig.
Jesus, no.
I'm like, what the fuck? After Effects?
Yeah.
So that's all it shows, that how have you made an audio file 228 gig? I'm like, I'm not. The audio file's less than 100 meg. It's the fucking video. So I put it into the actual video file in Power Director.
Yeah.
Put a background underneath it that's really fucking cool. Put that on it, put the audio with it, rendered it out, it's 5 gig, uploaded it.
Yeah.
So it's up and ready to go. So that's what I'm going to do with this one as well. But with the waveform, I'm obviously going to render it out at a lower fucking resolution.
And see how it
it's
goes.
not 228 gig and it doesn't take 5 hours.
Yeah.
So there's more of the story.
Yeah.
Back on topic now.
Yeah.
I mean, this is all on topic, really.
Yeah.
Because we didn't actually have a topic for today. We just like to talk about airsoft and shit.
Random shit from the past.
Yeah. So we are going to Camp Sparta, which is in my top 5 sites of all time. It is a fucking amazing site.
See, now I've been to quite a few and I can't really put my fingers on any of them that are any like specifically better than the rest. Yeah, because like from the Hill in Aberdeen or Dragon Valley and stuff like that over the years, I just can't. They're all good.
Well, when I say like top sites, I only count urban sites.
Yes.
Because woodland sites, they're alright. I mean, it's few and far between that you get an epic woodland site. There's a few on my list, but because I play predominantly urban, indoors, CQB and Fibula. So when I say top sites, it's always going to be buildings.
Yeah.
And my top urban site of all time is Dragon Valley.
They would just ledge that site.
Yeah, I mean, like, I suppose a lot of that is nostalgia. That it was the first urban site we played at, and it was legit. It was like 2001, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And it was fucking the Wild West. Do you remember, I was saying this the other day, like, Do you remember fucking we went around the back of a building and we got shot and we didn't know where from? We looked up and there was a guy just stood on the roof laughing. I'm like, how the fuck did you get on that roof? What are you doing up there?
Yeah. You mean we got to look up when we were aiming? First time, yeah. Yeah, because we went to ambush in that lot in 2000. It was woodland, so it was all flat level. There was nobody upwards. So yeah,
I mean, there was that tower, that fort on a hill, but that's as up as it ever went.
Yeah. But yeah, that was definitely the first place you had both buildings.
Yeah. That was a fucking great. I'd love to like run an event there. That site
Isn't Dragon Valley still going though?
Dragon Valley is going, but it's not at Boys Village anymore. It's at RAF Kerwin.
Is that?
They moved there in 2002, I believe. So I played at Boys Village Dragon Valley twice.
Yeah.
And then they moved to Kerwin, so we went there for the opening day, which has to be one of the best days at Airsoft I can ever remember. It was the biggest site I've ever been to. There were fucking hundreds of players. Like, at that point in time, like, Airsoft celebrities weren't like they are now.
No.
Like
YouTube, yeah.
Yeah, like Magpie. Like, technically, I'm an Airsoft celebrity, which makes me laugh.
But that's because of YouTube and technology, really.
Well, yeah. And
back then, you didn't really have a platform to set yourself up on.
Not so much. Like, they had the forums and the MIRC chat, like #Airsoft.
Yeah.
Or at Airsoft, however you're into that. But yeah, so like the celebrities back then were like guys like Silver Fox, Furkit, and fucking
Semtex.
Yeah, no, we called Semi, but we named it after Semtex.
Yeah, that's the one. With his bloody mortar, his pump mortar.
Fucking ridiculous shit that he built. Blew up off the safe zone. What are you doing, Semi? We like thought it were really cool, and then like we're talking to Fortress, like, how fucking cool is Semi, man? And Fortress like, nah, he's just a fucking virgin who plays in his shed with fucking pyros, isn't he? Like, yeah, that's fucking well cool. Not the virgin part, but I mean, each to their own. So when we went to this event, all the fucking Airsoft celebrities, the Animal Mother, fucking Wasps team were there, Lost La Boss were there, the fucking big teams that you only ever, like, back then there were no like Facebook, no MySpace, no nothing.
Yeah.
It was just all the Airsoft teams had their own websites and they updated like posts on that and shit every now and then. And they post things in the forums and get in the chat and you're like, oh my god, look at these pictures of Lost La Boss over at Combat South. You're like, wow, these guys are fucking well cool. And look at what they were like, two of the biggest teams in it. And Zulu Troop.
And
fucking all these fucking teams.
Red Wolf. They even had their own shop, Red Wolf.
No, Red Wolf is a shop. That's not their shop.
No, they did. They had their own team because one of the guys came up and bought my FAMAS.
All right, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
They're still famous. They're still Airsoft celebrities these days, like fucking Tim and fucking Mark.
Sweet.
Like, Mark's cool as fuck, man. He's like one of those. He doesn't look like a typical airsofter. He's like handsome as fuck.
I mean, but what can you say? What is a typical airsofter?
Yeah, no, but
really?
like, you know, like you just see like a lad's in fucking DPM, like lads, but Mark is like, he takes care of himself. He eats well. He works out. He's a very handsome chap, and he's got perfect hair.
Man crush.
That's not a man crush. It's just a crush. Yeah, so back then it was fucking awesome turning up and seeing all these fucking, and then playing alongside them and fucking rushing a building with fucking Wasp team, and you're like, they're like, right lads, we need you to come up and push this building. He was like, yeah, Mr. Silver Fox, yes sir. Fucking brilliant. And then Silver Fox, he had this thing about fucking pirates, and there's yar matey, and everybody, he had this fucking war cry. So we got in the safe zone, and me and Evan, that lot, we all just fucking put eye patches on, like pirate eye patches. We're like, yo! And he's like, fucking yes! But they turned up the second time we were at the first Dragon Valley site as well. Yeah. They were all there. It was a 2-day event, and we only turned up for the second day. And it was fucking mental. Man, like,
should go to it again just to see what it's like nowadays.
The second Dragon Valley, it's still running. In fact, a while back, I was telling somebody about the swimming pool incident at Dragon Valley.
Saw your post.
This wasn't then. This was months and months since last year. But yeah, I saw you sort of put you liked it,
Yeah.
But I was telling somebody else about it, and I searched for Dragon Valley Airsoft Boys Village to find any photos of like the games there and shit. It brought up a post on the current Dragon Valley forums from about 2 years ago. Somebody was saying, oh my god, look, the old Dragon Valley site was on a BBC documentary. And it showed this video of like the site and that. I'm like, this is fucking amazing. And then somebody commented, oh my god, you had a swimming pool at the old site. Why can we not have a swimming pool? And one of the guys who runs Dragon Valley said, because some idiot fell in it and knocked himself out and ruined it for everybody. And I'm like, oh my God, that's me.
Yeah,
so I had to sign up for an account for the forums. Yeah, that was me that fell in the pool. And they're like, oh my God, you need to come to Dragon Valley 2. I'm like, yeah, we've been. We were there at the opening day of TV2. And they're like, oh my God, come again. I'm like, we will do.
I remember towards the end of that day getting in that swimming pool because there was smoke coming through the door, and it was the first time we'd seen tracers, and looking up, all you could see was smoke and tracers.
Green, glowing light. We're like, wow, because it went night as well.
Amazing, yeah.
It's memories like that are why that is my favourite site.
Yeah.
Because it was like our first urban site, the first time we'd seen tracers, first time I'd knocked myself out of the game.
Yeah.
Like we had to drive 5 hours in the back of a fucking janky little van to get there, and it was just such a fucking good day.
Even the trek down was
yeah, man, it was funny as fuck. We were completely under-equipped for a day of airsoft. Like, none of us brought any fucking food.
Nope.
Like, using fucking borrowed guns because mine had broke. Because I had my XM177 then, and it just fucking broke, didn't it?
It did.
I'm like, fuck! So I brought it with us to see if anybody at the site could fix it.
Yeah.
And nobody had touched it.
No.
And I'm like, come on, just fix it so I can use it. So luckily I borrowed Ev's MP5 for the day, hadn't I?
I'm surprised at the story of that XM17 still being around, him still having hold of it and giving it a year so many years later.
That was fucking
awesome.
Amazing. Yeah. That's Steve. He's fucking such a great guy, isn't he? I still owe him at least a fucking beer for driving us down there.
Yeah, now we're old enough.
Yeah, but he says we should go up to the shop sometime and do a podcast.
Yeah.
So we should go up, like, we'll bring you up and we'll do a podcast up there, and we'll talk about Dragon Valley and the old days and shit like that.
Just awesome.
We're going to an urban site today. Definitely, I'd say it is in my top 3 urban sites, which would be, it's fucking hard to say actually, but it's Dragon Valley Boys Village, SWAT Site and Camp, Camp Sparta, SWAT Fortress, went with CQB in my top 5. That's my official 2018 top 5 CQB sites of all time. Spoilers for the video when I make it. This site is fucking awesome.
Well, it does look big.
Yeah, it is.
It does. I mean, it makes...
Have you been to Anzio Camp?
No.
Oh, fuck, man, we're going there soon then.
No, I just to say it makes, I think I think it was one of the SWAT ones we went to. I'm not sure if it was Area 51 or not. The one that looked like the old driving school or something.
That site and camp.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, but it makes that look really small, doesn't it, really? Well, when you look at the map, I mean...
Yeah, it's bigger than that.
I can't wait. I just hope I don't get lost.
Oh, you're going to get lost. But once you've worked out, like, if you look at the map, it's easy, and walk around the site once, it's easy to work out, because it's just like big main streets and that. And you can orient yourself easily just by the main square. There's a big building across the bottom of the main square called the SAS building. Yeah. Which is so cold because the SAS did a training day there and blew fuck off holes in the wall.
Okay.
So we can't go in it because it's falling apart.
Yeah.
But what I like about the SAS
is that the 2 buildings that are out of bounds?
Yeah, one of them is that, and one of them is of historical significance, apparently. Right. There is another building that's out of bounds as well, but it's kind of, it is. It's way out of the way.
Spotted that one.
But yeah, the SAS building, they usually have an objective around it, and what's really good is if you can take, because it's like got an L, it's got like a I, like a H or an I shape to it.
L.
It's a fucking letter. Well, it's, I was thinking lowercase L, and I'm like, no, it's not a lowercase L. it's a uppercase I with a. Anyway, so there's like a bit, like a innie bit on the building, and there's usually an objective point in there. So if you can get in there, you can hold that street off basically, and nobody can get into that objective. Yeah. And what I found out the second time we were there, there's a fire escape that runs up the side of the building, and you can see over the fucking building, because there's a part that's lower than the fire escape, so you can get up the fire escape and shoot over the building onto the parade square where all the trucks are. So I'm like, hey Marshall, can you go up that fire escape? He's like, I'll just check. And he shouted Leon over, and he's like, can you go up that fire escape? Leon's like one of the head marshals. He's like, yeah, as long as you don't go in the building, that's in play. So I'm like, Shorty, get on me! So Shorty's got his fucking sniper rifle up there, or his DMR. I've got my fucking AEG, and we just get up this fucking thing. So we've got guys on either corner of the building, not letting anybody come past. Then guys further back than the corner, if they get hit, they just take over their position. And then you got me and Shorty basically looking over the building, just shrekking everybody. This fucking squad of guys came past, and we just fucking lit them up. And they turned around and shrugged him like, what are you doing up there? That building's out of play. And I'm like, I thought he was saying, you just shot me in the fucking face or whatever. I'm like, shit, you alright, mate? He's like, yeah, you don't light on that roof. I'm like, yeah, I am. Then she started shooting his mates. He's like, no, you're not light on the roof. That building's out of play. I'm like,
yeah, but the stairs isn't.
I'm not in the building. I asked 2 marshals before. So that one thing I hate is people who think they know the rules and then they're trying to personally enforce them.
Yes.
Like, just tell if I'm breaking the rules, tell a marshal. That's what they're there for. But yeah, so I got hit at that point and I went back down and went, that is definitely in play in it. And they're like, yeah, it's fine, because I was just getting shit off a guy. They're like, it's right, you know, it's in play. We've said it's in play. It's fine. I'm like,
fine.
Sweet.
Back
up it.
up.
We were fucking people off up there. They kept coming around trying to get us, but there were 2 of us up there just shrekking, because like 2 levels.
Yeah.
We're just fucking laying plastic over that bit.
Yeah.
Fucking brilliant. The dental building's brilliant as well, because it's got that balcony.
Yeah.
And if that's your CP and you're on that balcony, it's fucking brilliant, because you can lean around and look at the front of the building as well, and it's such a fucking good building. That's my favourite sort of spawn point, that one. But the bottom one, I think they've got the stables or the garages, something like that. Like a loading bay that you can back a truck up to.
Yeah.
That's a fucking really good building as well, because you can get into the loading bay and defend it that way. Yeah, it's just fucking such a good site, dude. I can't wait to get there and shoot people. So what are you looking forward to at it?
Just different atmosphere, like obviously, because for starting up again this year, I've been doing just pretty much solely woodland. Went to SWAT Kill. That was my only memories of that are the fucking stairs, up there and up there. Every time I got shot, fucking stairs again.
Oh yeah, man.
Good site, but just downstairs.
And that site would be good with 10 aside at most.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the opening day there was crazy, because there were like fucking 70 or so people there.
Like literally,
So they had to split
that
it.
is legit killing floors.
Yeah, they had to split it into 2 sort of games. So like they had one game on the top 2 floors, one game on the bottom 2 floors, and then they'd switch it round, and then in the middle. And it was fucking crazy. But even then, like, there's 70 odd people there, so that's 30 odd people in a game, like 15, 16 aside. My maths, I went to Moorhead, so I don't do maths.
Hey, I went to art college.
Yeah. Alright, Lester. How did you get into college? Same way everyone gets into college. Failed my exams and applied.
Snapped me up.
I didn't get a degree. I didn't get a degree though. I dropped out. How long? About 2 hours? Is it something like that? It's like,
yeah. I looked at the timetable and they had lessons like first thing in the afternoon.
12 o'clock.
I just checked out.
Who's
mate.
ready by that time? You can still taste the toothpaste. Fucking love Red Bull. Haribo factory.
To be fair, I have sort of like a ritual, not ritual, but sort of every time I go airsofting, or at least to somewhere big like today, I've always got to watch Aliens. Always.
I haven't watched Aliens in ages.
Oh yeah, no, I did last night. After I watched The Last Action Hero.
Yeah, I saw you saying you were watching that.
That was awesome.
It's just fucking really weird, because I was watching an Ashens video yesterday.
A what?
Ashens is a YouTuber.
Alright.
Stuart Ashens, but his video's got Stuart Ashen, but his channel's called Ashens.
Yeah.
And he reviews like shit toys, and it's fucking well good.
Oh, is that old dude?
No, he's not old.
Oh right.
But anyway,
I saw an old guy
he's
doing
literally
the same thing.
he's probably like 5 years older than me.
Alright, no.
Anyway, he was reviewing vintage Last Action Hero figures, and they're fucking hilarious. Like, you didn't think Arnold Schwarzenegger's body could look deformed, but it can.
No, more than he already is.
Oh man. But yeah, we used to have a tradition. Have you seen Battle Los Angeles at Battle LA?
No, I don't think so.
Fucking hell, man. It's a shit film, but watch that. It's a good shit film is what I'm saying.
Right.
Because it's basically set in Los Angeles, and this is fucking US Marine Corps fucking base, and you're sort of following these Marines and this new lieutenant and this fucking old fucking son who's fucking getting out of the game, and he's about to quit. It's one day before retirement, and then fucking aliens turn up and they just like invade Los Angeles. They invade the whole world, but
It's all about Los Angeles.
they invade Los Angeles, and that's where they're right next to. So he goes, right, yeah, you can't leave tonight, mate, because fucking aliens, so we need you. At first they didn't know it were fucking aliens, they just thought some fucking shit were going down. He goes, we're being invaded, like the US has been invaded, LA has been occupied, we need to go and sort this shit out. So it's basically following this like section of Marines who go into LA and then just fucking get their asses kicked by these fucking aliens, and then they've got to rescue these fucking people before these fucking bombs. They're basically just going to wipe LA out completely to eliminate this threat. Michelle Rodriguez is in it, being hot Michelle Rodriguez as usual. Like, but she's an Air Force technician, so she's like, yeah, we've found out there's this fucking underground fucking thing.
Is that her out of Fast and Furious and that?
I don't know. She's probably in Fast and Furious. She's in everything. I've literally never seen a Fast and Furious film.
I'm trying to think what other films she's been in.
She's in the first Resident Evil movie.
Yes, yeah.
She plays Rain.
And she's there, go on, bye, and she's pouring the blood over him.
Yeah. Hot Hispanic woman with an attitude.
Yeah,
she's fucking amazing. She's in
a
a lot of films.
Yeah.
Seriously underrated, and she's amazing.
Definitely. She was good in the first Fast and Furious as well, originally, where they all started out.
Anyway, yeah, so
back to
they've
battle.
basically got to destroy this fucking hive mind sort of thing to destroy all the drones and stuff. And that's the film, but it's like, imagine if Saving Private Ryan and Aliens got together. Right? It's fucking brilliant. So they're all like proper macho as fuck fucking US Marines fucking getting into firefights with fucking aliens, and it's fucking brilliant. So it's like a really good, we watched it, we're like, Marines 2-5, retreat up, fucking shouting all this shit, like getting fucking well into it. And it's a fucking well good film to watch before airsoft, and we'd all watch it, like we'd all sat on Facebook or whatever, go, right, my gear's packed, Battle Los Angeles is on, and then Alan would go, hang on, right, yeah, I've got it on too. Then Des would go, yeah, it's on. All right, 2-5, retreat, help. We'd all like quoting it in the morning and shit. Fucking well good. Is that Alan?
No,
I keep just seeing cars like Alan's and thinking it's Alan's.
I think Alan would pip at you anyways.
That'd be a good sight, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
There is. Oh my god, there's a post. One of the European ICS captains posted it. There is a site that looks like that somewhere in Europe, and they're doing this big Milsim event there, and it looks fucking amazing. For the record, because this is an audio podcast and you can't see what we can see, we just drove past what looks like a fucking
nuclear
power plant. It's got like 4 cooling towers and all these fucking awesome buildings.
8. It's got 8
cooling towers.
Yeah.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah, man. That's what she said.
But
Cool your towers, boy. Oh, they do hot dogs at this place as well. Bacon butters and shit like that. It's fucking well good. I'm well hungry. Yeah, dude, I cannot wait to get into a game and jump on the back of a fucking truck and just be rolling about. It's fucking so much fun.
Who drives them? Marshall?
Yeah, the Marshalls. There's like 3 vehicles driving about. It's like, because the site is so big, the vehicles serve 2 roles. One of them is, I've been hit and I can't be walking to the opposite end of the site to respawn. Flag a vehicle down, and it just sort of like does this lap and drops people off at spawns.
Right.
And then you get out and you respawn, and you can, if it's still there, you can jump back in, and then your team can commandeer it as a gun truck. And then you say to the driver, like, right, we want to go to this location to like back up our guys, let's go. So then you're in the fucking, you can fit 4 in the back. Some of them have like truck cabs, so you can fit 2 more inside with windows wound down. But yeah, the fucking time where Shorty's on the fucking top of the cab with his fucking saw, HPA saw, and there's me and Alan and this rando kid in the back, and we are fucking shrekking people and taking names like it isn't fucking,
ain't no
it ain't no thing.
Ain't no thing, man.
It ain't no thing. Yeah, man, it was fucking, to quote GMR, it was fucking fire. Fucking hate that too. It was ill. But listening to the GMR podcast, GMR are this big US sort of milsim team. They are like the epitome of arrogant American milsim airsofters, and they are fucking brilliant. Like they go, when they go around about face masks and face mask warriors. We're face mask warriors, by the way.
Yeah.
It's fucking brilliant. They sound like they're ranting about me right now. I love it. But they use fucking tag rounds. Have you ever seen tag rounds?
No.
So you know airsoft fucking 40mm grenades?
Yes.
They're just basically shower shells, aren't they? Go like poof and fire 120 BBs. I got hit in the face with one the other day. It was brilliant.
Yeah.
Well, now there's this company called Tag Innovations. I think it's tactical airsoft grenade.
Yeah.
Something. But basically, it's like a 40mm shell that has a tube in it that's rifled, and then you get these grenades that are about this big that you put in, and they come in different flavours. There's one called Pecker, which is made out of like hard foam. It's like wall insulation foam. They're called dummy training grenades, so you can learn how to fire them. You got Reapers and Paladins and Archangels, which one's impact explodes like a Mark 5 Thunderflash. One's timed and explodes like a Mark 5 Thunderflash. And one does something else. Then there's a chalk marking one, which is blue, so when it hits something, it marks it with a blue mark. That's designed for like taking out vehicles. And then there's a smoke grenade one. So basically you can carry a grenade launcher and then like 6 or 7 of these shells, and you can launch grenades like 100 meters plus.
Nice.
You can fire them things further than you can actually fire a BB. It is fucking ridiculous.
I'm guessing they're not too harsh on impact then.
Yeah, they fucking are.
Are they?
They fucking explode like fuck.
I bet they are then.
But yeah, so there's like strict rules about using them and that, but it's hard in the UK finding sites that actually allow them.
Yeah.
Like some sites, like Skirmish Bud Bay, they allow the smokes.
Yeah.
But not the exploding ones. And so I think the jail allow them, because I've seen a guy detonate one in his own face trying to fill it with gas, which was kind of fucking hilarious, but also like holy shit at the same time.
So to be fair, there's that many rules and regs, and they carry on bringing in more rules and regulations. There won't be an airsoft to play. We'll all be there in bloody bubble wrap.
Yeah. So it's like looking back at fucking what we used to do. Like it's a totally different game now, completely.
Yeah.
See, did you mate who we saw at the petrol station say he's going to Tack House?
Yeah.
Well, Tack House Sparta is run by the people who run Camp Sparta. It's
Cool.
the older site.
Well, that one's a lot closer.
Yeah. It's a lot smaller as well. Like that site is literally the size of one of the buildings at this site.
Cool.
So have you ever played airsoft with vehicles before?
No, this is a bit first.
It's a fucking game changer, man.
Yeah, I bet it is. Fucking yeah.
The rules are when the vehicle's hit and immobilised, you've got to debus and get out. It's fucking crazy. Like, because sometimes you're like just firing and the vehicle will stop and you don't realise that the vehicle's immobilised.
To be fair, I think we'll be fine. We'll be running around a lot as well, so we probably won't even be using much of the vehicle.
No, we will, because every time there's a vehicle available, just fucking get in it.
Right, okay.
Because like, there's not a lot of sites that have vehicles, so take advantage of them whenever you can. And once you've made a run on an objective 3 or 4 times, because of the vastness of the site, you'll be like, where's the fucking vehicle?
Yeah, I want a car now, yeah.
Last time I went, it was me and Jimmy D, and Jimmy D's gun broke down halfway through the day.
Oh, God.
So I just gave him an ICS gun and went, go shoot some people.
Yeah.
Sweet. So today, all 4 of us are running Mars rifles.
Yeah.
It's going to be fucking cool. So we've got to get a picture of us all with Marses.
And I don't know whether I should have got an SBR or stick with my carbine, because sometimes the carbine feels proper front heavy.
Well, you just get a different upper and put it on.
No, I'm just saying. It's one of those. I might, but then again, now I've seen like is it Hera? H-E-R-A?
The CQR, the Hera arms.
Yeah. Oh, that looks really nice.
I was talking to Paul from ASG about this last night. I really don't like it.
Why?
It's ugly as fuck.
See,
I'd like the rifle if it didn't have the foregrip on and it had a normal retractable stock and pistol grip. The actual foregrip of the rifle, just the normal, not the Hero kit, the foregrip looks pretty cool and it looks like a nice lightweight CQB rifle.
That was the other thing I was looking at.
But yeah, I was saying he was saying like, you're gonna love the CQR. I'm like, no man, I don't like it at all. And we're like, he's like, no way. I'm like, he was shocked that I didn't like it because everybody else in the world
loves it.
Likes it. I think I'm literally.
I think, do you know the reason why I like it? Because it reminds me of like another Call of Duty gun or something.
He was saying that.
It looks like a futuristic gun, so it's got a novelty value with it. I think that's what it is.
The Mars looks like a futuristic gun.
Yeah, well, I said that, didn't it? If it was just there floating, it looked like you were actually about to select it off a game or something. So yeah, I think it's just got novelty value with it. I mean, one of the other guns that I was looking at was the RCS MP5. It's got RIS kit on the front, folding stock, solid metal, about 189 quid.
Yeah.
Bob on. Looks really
good.
nice. And
I'm not a fan of the stock.
No.
Yes, it's called the SFS side folding stock.
Right.
It's like it was originally on the G36 and it's still on the the G33, the RCS G36.
Right.
It's adjustable for like cheek weld and like length, and it folds to the side.
Yeah.
It's basically a sniper rifle stock or a rifle stock.
Yeah, but I thought you'd be able to stick a nice big chunky battery in because of that.
No, the battery's in the foregrip.
Oh.
It's folding stock, so there's Like you can't. It's difficult to make a folding stock that has a battery in it.
Fair, I did think the wires would go through where the join is.
Yeah, some people do it, but then you end up with like exposed wires. Or some people do it where the actual join is the connection, so there's no wires, just like a metal connection. But then they are not always reliable.
Yeah.
If I got one of them, I'd just put a sliding stock on it anyway. Because I always run an MP. I barely ever run my MP5 with the stock out.
Yeah.
It's just always in because it's small and compact. But the issue I have my MP5 at the minute is I took it apart to spray it, and then when I put it back together, I threaded the actual. I damaged the screw in the pistol grip to hold the actual base plate on.
Yeah.
And it kept coming off. And then I was trying to get the screw out to fucking. I can't remember what I was doing. I was doing something, and the screw fucking snapped.
Oh.
So half of the screw is still in the pistol grip, and half. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? 1 minute it's coming out all the time because it's fucking threaded. Next minute it's fucking stuck and snaps. It was just, I don't know, it wasn't like brute force and ignorance either. I was just turning it normally, my chink in the head came off. I'm like, what the fuck
was that?
So anyway, to get my MP5 up and running again, I need to get a new lower, like the pistol grip and that.
Yeah.
The other problem I'm having is I run 2 cameras on my gun. So forward facing and rear facing.
Yeah.
There's nowhere to put them on the MP5.
No.
So I need to work out a way of having a monolithic upper rail on my MP5, so I can put my sight at the back and the peg box cameras at the front. So I'm thinking of getting Shorty or Alan to work on designing something that can be 3D printed in segments and put together,
bolted on,
and then so maybe it like clamps around maybe the front sight is incorporated into it. So you take the front sight off. The front sight would be in the way, it actually attaches over the muzzle, and then at the back where the rear sight is, and screws in at the back, and then you can clamp it on where you clamp it on the sight or whatever, and then it's just like a monolithic upper, and I put a normal flash, like a thread adapter on, and then a fucking, what's it called, sound hog.
Yeah.
That'd be really cool. Then I can put all my cameras on and a sight.
Do the job then.
Yeah. So yeah, I do want to do my MP5 up and get it working, and I'm thinking of getting hold of another S3 lower gearbox and putting the S3 trigger unit in the MP5, which I think it'd be rad as fuck. Because I've got what I believe now is the only non-Mars rifle to have an S3 trigger in it.
Yeah.
Because I modified a lower S3 gearbox and put it in a non-blowback. It's definitely, without a doubt, the only non-blowback ICS CS4 rifle with a S3 gearbox in it, which is fucking awesome. It's one of a kind. I put the S3 gearbox in it because I'm turning it into a DMR, so it's locked to semi.
Yeah.
So I wanted like a MOSFET and a controller.
Is it the gearbox that you've got to get that's specially locked? Or can you not just put a bolt in?
No, you can. Basically, what I've done is drilled a hole in the side of my receiver.
Yeah.
Next to the fire selector.
Yeah.
I've like Loctited, like the permanent fucking Synacrylite glue Loctite.
Yeah.
A fucking grub screw in there so the fire selector cannot physically
go back
pass
to
into automatic.
Yeah.
So it's a semi-automatic only gun.
Yeah. So it's not something you have to do in the gearbox. You literally are just putting a bolt
Yeah.
inside.
I mean, you can modify the selector plate so you can access full automatic, but the way I've done it's just easier.
Yeah.
And it's easier for site staff to say, yeah, that's locked to semi, that's fine. So like in America, it's fine. You can just do it with a MOSFET. You can just use a trigger unit to set it to semi.
Yeah.
And electronically do it. But in the UK, if it's over 377 or whatever, then Section 5 firearm.
Yeah.
And sites in the UK don't allow DMRs electronically restricted to semi, because in the field you could just change it back to automatic if you wanted. So it's got to be mechanically restricted.
Yeah.
And I keep talking to like American players and other people, obviously saying, yeah, the Mars DMR needs to be able to be mechanically restricted to semi so we can use it as a DMR.
Yeah.
And they're like, why don't you just put a Spectre in there or something like that, because then it won't be mechanically restricted to semi.
Yeah.
It'll still be an automatic gun and it'll be illegal. They're like, no, because it'll have a I'm like, no, you don't understand it.
You know, there's these programmable ones.
Yeah, like the BTC Spectre.
Yeah, well, they're, Luke, Dewhurst that was on about his new gun. His is one of those reprogrammable ones. And basically what he does is he sticks it on single shot and holds it for 10 seconds, and then when he flicks it to full auto, it's in 3 bursts.
Yeah, that's what my Mars does.
Yeah, but mine doesn't.
Yeah, because yours is the Mars FET.
Okay.
Mine's the Mars S3. I've got a FET and an S3.
Right, okay.
So the S3 is more expensive, and it was released after you need to do it.
Yeah.
Right, you've got like a minute
I will,
in there.
literally. But yeah. So I would like, because I was trying to see how because obviously he was doing it on his. I thought that's pretty swish. That see if I could do it on mine, and I couldn't.
No, because it's not really electronic trigger unit.
No.
We can get a lower gearbox and just drop it in, and it's a straight swap.
Yeah.
It works.
Well, I don't need it. I mean, I very rarely use full auto anyway, so I'm always on single shot. To be fair.
But semi-auto with that S3 gearbox is so much nicer.
Yeah.
Do you know with a normal trigger, you've got to pull the trigger and then
Let it go. Yeah.
pull it all the way
saying.
back? Well, this you can just do that. Like it's a millimetre and it's the next shot.
To be fair though, I've noticed between the 2 different batteries that I've got, I think it's one's like 5 current and the other one's 25 current. The response rate on that trigger is
but you'll still not have that response.
No, of course not. No,
you've got the physical reset.
But I can just tell the difference even just between 2 different batteries.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, my mum's partner Davey bought a G&G for 40 quid, right? Haggard to buggery, batteries leaked in it, the lot. Right? But it still works, and it sounds like a laser gun. Zit-doo, zit-doo.
Yeah, that.
Yeah. But I've fired it out, like, giving it a good shoot. It wasn't too bad. I mean, considering the Mars obviously was on 2.8, and that was on 2s.
Services are all the other way around the mark. I thought we were coming off.
Oh yeah, I thought it was just a normal plain service.
That's all the way over there apparently, on the other side of the motorway.
Jeez. Well, I think, as I was saying with this G&G gun, I think, it must be running like, even though it's had all this shit done to it, and rusty buggery, battery melted in it and whatnot, and it's still going, I think it's like sub 300, like 290 FPS or something.
Fine, that's all you need.
Yeah, because you know what I mean? I thought, bloody hell, as if that thing could still be going. The fuck
Seriously,
that's why.
Get in the car, we're late now.
What? Oh, no.
They're like pulling up.
They're like pulling, what, they're already?
Yeah, well, they said we're 10 minutes away, we're pulling up.
As if they're well ahead of us.
Alan drives like a speed demon.
I was going to say, I was only like 10 minutes. We're not that far behind.
Where is the exit?
Over
this way, I'm guessing.
Yes. See, you're asking like somebody that doesn't drive which direction to be going.
Yeah, but can you see a sign that says exit is what I'm asking.
Yeah, and I think you must exit through the...
Fucking crazy people. Right, so we are back on the road after Coop's emergency bathroom stop.
Slash stretch me back.
Slash. Cool, yeah, so I've just had a message while we're parked up from Alan and that lot. They are literally like almost there. I've told them to get the good table in the safe zone. The one in the yellow area as you walk into the back right. It's got a little seat bit you can sit on and it's got plugs. So yeah.
It's got all the mod cons you could need.
Yeah. Back on the roundabout, back en route. Part 2 of this podcast. This is going to be like a reasonably long episode.
Yeah.
Which is good. There's something rolling about in the back.
Yeah, that's your helm still.
I don't need that rolling about.
Nope. Try and put it there. There we go. Salted and peppered.
Let's get over because this estate agent behind me wants to drive past.
Yeah.
You know, I know he's an estate agent.
Because he's in a
fucking Audi.
Because he's in an Audi. Okay. It's on finance, dickhead.
There's only 2 people who drive Audis. Cunts and estate agents. You can't decide which category you fit in if you drive an Audi. Just look at your current career choice. Look at your career choice, and you can work it out really easily from it. It's like the Holly Hop device. The controls are really easy.
Just
you press the start button to start. I'll let you figure out the rest of the controls yourself. Oh my god, we just nearly got hit by a pigeon.
Nina's.
Fucking hell.
So, as I pointed out on Facebook the other week, armbands.
Yeah.
1 or 2?
I want, it's fine.
See, no,
this site does 2, and they're really bright. But
well, some sites do 2 and some do 1. Now I prefer 1, but obviously I'll follow the rules and have 2.
Yeah.
It's the way it is. But yeah, there's big good discussion on forums to try and get them to see whether it would stay as 2 or 1 arm or 2 or go to 2 arms. But I think 2 arms, you're pretty much seeing your enemy too easy, and you don't always get that luxury when you're out in the battlefield. So I don't think you really should have 2 arms.
No, like the site we played at the other day, it's fucking super close quarters, really intimate CQB site. A lot of CQB sites, they run 2 armbands because it's hard to fucking spot an armband.
Yeah.
They only ran 1 armband each, and it was more than enough. Yeah, I think 2's too many. It's 1 too many.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially if it's duct tape. Because the marshal always comes up and just puts it on as fucking tight as he can. You're like, I can't feel my fingers now.
Yeah.
Can't bend my arm. I'm going to tear that off and redo it. Like a lot of sites use them in all the gay armbands, which are like fabric and they got Velcro on.
Yeah.
We're trying to convince ICS it's a good idea to make some ICS ones.
Yeah, well they're like only a couple of quid on eBay, aren't they? So they're not expensive.
This place uses like bouncer ID armbands. Right. You know them coloured high-vis armbands that bouncers wear with their SIA card in it? It's them. So like when you shine your light on it, it reflects and you can tell what colour team it is.
Sweet.
Which is good until you're like hiding and they wouldn't have seen you otherwise. It's just they've spotted this shiny fucking thing.
Armband.
So tell me, like, changing subject again, like back to all arms airsoft. Mm-hmm. What's the gameplay like there?
It's pretty good. I mean, like to be fair, the few times that I have been, they've changed the games up a few times and stuff like that. So it's like capture the flag, simple. Stake the flags in the ground, go get them. Pretty much simple. Yeah. But it's where they'll position you and where they'll set you off. It's pretty good actually because you can see the actual flags already, but the team can see them, so you can't just zip for them because you're going to get lit like a Christmas tree. Yeah. So you got to work your way around it, and it's pretty good because it's obviously hills, bogland, marshland, trees. You've even got like little sniper towers and stuff like that. The other week they had a game called Capture the Bomb. No, Biohazard basically, and there was 3 compartments. So there was 3 jugs out in the forest, team blue and team red, and obviously you had to get all 3, get them back, and once you had all 3 then you could mix them and win the game. But you could only mix them once you had all 3, and obviously we had 2 and they only had 1, so we were deadlocked for about an hour. Sneaky red team, the other team, they come round the back of us up to the fortress and took ours. Hey, little buggers, and they got it. But thankfully, at the exact same time at their base, one of ours got theirs. So we just swapped. So we ended up having 1 canister for ages, and they had the other 2. They were a pure deadlock for ages. But it was good fun. There wasn't really a clear winner at the end of it, but because you had that much fun anyways, it didn't matter.
That's what it's about, isn't it?
Yeah.
We had a game similar to that thingy, Foundry the other day. But these 2 cases, fucking cases were well smart. Yeah. Basically pelican cases, pelican cases, the plastic things. Yeah. And they had holes cut in the top with a bit of perspex so you could see through it. And inside was like foam cut out with a syringe with like coloured liquid in. Yeah. And underneath the syringe was like black lights. So when it was turned on, the syringe glowed up like radioactive green and the other one's like radioactive blue.
That's smart.
It's fucking well cool. Yeah. So we had to basically capture these objective boxes.
Yeah.
So like it was infinite respawns.
Yeah.
You just had to run in, grab it and get out.
Yeah.
And I found the first one within the first 3 minutes of the game and basically the first place I went, I'm like, oh, there's a box, go on! But I couldn't get it because they were like fucking right on it, so I had to keep rushing in into this room called the bar, which is it's basically a bar. It's a room with a bar in it. It's the bar. So tried to run in there with this like guy who kept like holding it, so I ended up running all the way around to their spawn and coming at it from their direction. They didn't know I would come in, so I just tracked them all, grabbed it and ran off. First 3 minutes of the game.
Nice.
Yeah, which kind of like shows how small that site is, that in 3 minutes I could do 3 runs on there, get killed and go back to respawn and then go, fuck it, let's go to their spawn and come back in.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, ours is pretty similar. It's not. It is big, but yeah, you are quite relatively close to your spawn sites. It'd only take you a couple of minutes to get back into the game again, because it was literally you woke up, touch your flag, back in again.
Yeah, cool. But the second one was in this sort of like kill house sort of area. Like it was like a maze of little rooms with doors and shit. And fucking hell was that hard to get into, because it was super close, and it was right on their doorstep. It was close to their spawn. Yeah. So we'd get in and take two of them out, and we'd get one of us taken out. By the time we've got to the respawn and got back, they're already dug back in and holding it again.
Yeah.
So it was fucking ages to get rid of it.
Yeah. Well, that's it. Once they've dug themselves in a good spot, it is hard to get some people out.
Yeah. There's a point where I'd killed the guy who was defending it and grabbed it and started moving forwards, but immediately got shot in the back. So I'd moved it like 5 feet forwards, but I'd got it out of that room that was impossible to get into, which was the main point.
Yeah.
And then this me and this other guy ran up on it, and I went to shoot the guy who was sort of in this room defending it. I walked past the case so the other guy could get it and use me as cover. So as I'm about to go through this door, the guy just fucking kicks the door closed in my face. You see in the video, the door just fucking hits me in the face. But I just power through it, which puts me and this other guy literally point blank on each other. We both just fucking open up on each other at point blank. So I put 2 rounds in his chest, and he just fucking lights me up. But I won't bother, because like, I'd done my job eliminating him and giving my guy cover. So I then immediately just turn around and fucking run back to spawn. As I'm running back, this guy had taken a different route to try and get away from like the lane of fire. And he ended up running through towards, there's like a big tent that you got to run through.
Yeah.
And I was going through the tent because it was right next to our spawn, and the guy who had the case ran around me, and the guy who was chasing him ran behind and just fucking put 20 rounds into my back trying to shoot him. And then he was like, no, I shot him, he was there when I shot him. I'm like, alright, cool, but to be fair, if I wasn't where I was dead, you would have got him way further back. And he was, no, he was thinking I was saying, no, you didn't hit him, you hit me. And I'm like, no, dude, he should have been a lot further back. I'm with you, stop, I don't think this guy liked me.
Alright.
So anyway, I said,
rage mode.
So I said, right, you stay where you were when you shot him. So I grabbed the case and said, we haven't won, and move it back to where he said he was. And then I just fucking respawn and power slide into his fucking room. Point blank, just fucking like 3 rounds into him. And he fucking shreks me. And then I get up and go, that was 50-50 that, mate. And he's like, no, you didn't hit me. And I'm like, I fucking call shenanigans. I didn't say anything to him because I was 3 feet away from my respawn, so I just walked back out and touched my respawn. Meanwhile, everybody had just fucking murdered him, and then somebody got the case. But like, you can see it on the video, I power slide in, and the gun is like here, and I'm like, bang, bang, bang.
No way you didn't.
No way I didn't fucking hit him.
Yeah. See, I find that a lot of people as well, is if they get hit, take that hit, but once they've fired a few shots to make sure they've shot you first. It's just kind of lame. I mean, if you've been hit, you shouldn't continue firing. Like,
if I do that, and I know so me and a guy have run into a room, we were both shot, but that guy was definitely less than a second ahead of me. He killed me, and then I instinct fired at him.
Yeah.
I got, shit, dude, no, don't take that. You got me first. You're still alive, don't call it.
Yeah, that's pure honesty, but it's hard to find that in some games sometimes, because they'll make sure that they get a kill because they're dead.
There's a bit that I've got on video. I haven't mentioned it in the video, in the voiceover. I haven't commented about it, but I put it in the airsoft in our chat the other day.
Yeah.
Because watching it, it's fucking stupid. Me and Alan flank round towards their spawn, so we were coming from their spawn towards our spawn to try and take them out.
Yeah.
This guy spots us and turns round. I go around this like wall, and I've got this line of fire on him. So from the entire engagement, my gun is pointed at Alan.
Yeah.
This guy fires 3 or 4 rounds and takes out Alan. As he's firing these 3 or 4 rounds, I fire 3 or 4 rounds and take him out. So he's hit, and he physically, you can see the rounds hitting him jump.
Flinching,
and he goes back behind cover. So I'm thinking, right, he's caught it. But at the same time, I heard all these fucking shots, and saw Alan go out. And then I'm like, going through my mind, the honesty thing, where I've talked to loads of players about this, and like, Magaz, you're too fucking honest. You just call hits when there were nothing near you. Well, looking back at the footage, that's exactly what I did. He shot Alan, he didn't even get his gun anywhere near me, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure he hit me. So I put my hand up, and then he leans out from behind the cover. Not leans out with his head, leans out with his fucking gun, and just fucking bang, 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 like blind fires at me, and puts several rounds into me. I'm like, yeah, I'm hit. And then he steps out from behind the cover and puts his hand up and walks away. So basically, he'd been 50-50'd, but then wanted to return fire.
That's pathetic.
It wasn't like, oh my god, 50-50, I've shot at the same time.
Yeah, because I give the guys benefit of the doubt. Sometimes they might not have felt. Yeah, because they might not have felt the first few hits. That's fair news, so it's natural.
But this guy was shot, then ducked behind cover, and it was like a few seconds, and then leant the gun around and fired.
Oh, dude.
Like, fuck,
I remember Ev's Desert Eagle in your back garden.
I can't remember the story you're going to tell me, so I'm sure I'm going to be enlightened.
Now, I can't remember if it was you that was hiding behind the wall or Ev was hiding behind the wall, but one of you two were hiding behind the wall and one of you had the gun. And literally, I think he went to blind fire end, and this was a perfect example of why, when we were 16, the rules didn't apply. And basically, he's popped his gun, and I think he had a desert. Did he not have a gas Desert Eagle?
Yeah.
Well, they pumped that into the top of your head, and you had a big fuck off welt at the top of your head.
Yeah, I seem to recall this slightly now. Maybe only slightly due to loss of memory from a 370 feet per second Desert Eagle.
To the top.
So remember that the only gas he could get it run on was that fucking toy jack gas, which is really powerful in it.
Yeah.
Because I bought one as well. Like after he bought one. Des still got my Desert Eagle in bits.
Has it?
Somewhere in his mum's loft.
In a box.
Yeah, it's like, I'll give you back. I'm like, it's been fucking 10 years now, dude.
I know I wish I'd have kept my FAMAS and all that from back in the day, because it running hot, I could have it as a DMI nowadays.
Maybe. Be a weird fucking DMI platform, a FAMAS.
Yeah, wouldn't it though? That'd be cool.
You could just put it to 330 and use it as a FAMAS.
Yeah, I could have done. But yeah, no, I'm chuffed with this that I've got this more. It's top selection.
Can I look like fucking Auschwitz then over there?
Yeah.
Is it like a weird chicken farm or something?
Yeah. But outdoors, organic chicken farm.
Yeah. Free range chicken farm.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Of course, I smell it and all.
Yeah, I was just thinking like it smells like the countryside here.
Even with a block nose, I still can smell it.
We are now as far away from the site as those guys were when we were at the service station.
That's not too bad then.
No, it's alright. 12 minutes.
And we only stayed at the station for like 2 minutes, if that.
Yeah.
But yeah, playing with this now, it's like almost as being excited as I was back in the day.
So you're running a CXP Motors carbine.
Yes, and it just, every shot is sweet as a nut, no problems. Like I said, the only time I had a problem was my fault when I was fiddling with a hop up at the beginning. It would just
turn it all the way on.
Well, it was misfeed. No, it's a very fine line.
Yeah.
Basically, between going upwards or straight hitting the deck is quite a fine line. And if it's just a little bit up where the BB will head downwards, like quite sharp, it just misfeeds and will not feed through at all.
Right.
So you just have to put the hop up just slightly up, and then it'll feed perfectly every time.
That's interesting.
And I want you to have a look at my gearbox as well about that. I'm telling you about when you hold the trigger.
I can't understand what you're meaning.
Basically, right, so you hold...
We'll see it.
I'm just going to... I give you a sort of example of when, basically, you know, when you're just holding it in general to full auto. Well, basically, when you pull it back...
No, because I run semi.
Well, yeah. But even so, when you go to full auto and you hold it back and you hold it, it feels like it clicks and then just suddenly stops.
All right.
But if I hold it very gently on full auto, it'll just carry on going and going and going and going. It's just it's really weird.
That might be the MOSFET, like...
safety mechanism.
Yeah.
Stop holding it like a gorilla grip. Maybe. But it's really, you've got to be gentle.
Yeah, we'll have a see. That's what I'm excited now, because we're getting closer to the site. So like the airsoft excitement's just hitting. It's like all the way through this drive, I haven't had any of it because we've just been talking about airsoft.
Yeah. But now you know you're a stone's throw away and you're going to be getting your gear on soon.
We're a Mark 5 throw away.
Yeah.
Oh man, it's these like last bits coming up to the site that feel like they take the longest.
Yeah, you just want to hurry up, like just get there now. Have you know when you're buying your BBs?
Yeah.
Have you actually had a proper good look at yours? Do you have any faults and defaults in them? Because I've been ordering them and each bag's coming, they've been getting worse and worse.
What, from 6mm?
Yeah.
The only issues I've had,
like this one, this bag I've just had, has got cracked BBs in it.
Oh fucking way.
Yeah. So I had to pull out 4 air. Last time they sent the mail late, so they had to resend me another bag and a patch as compensation. I've ordered off them 3 times. The first one came fine, the second one came late and they had to send replacements, and this third one's come late and with damaged BBs.
That's interesting. Like, drop them an email about it. Like, make sure you get some pictures of the BBs as well.
Yeah.
So the only issue I've had with them was I bought some 0.40 gram snapper BBs, but they're biodegradable and like true biodegradable.
Yeah.
So once you've opened them and they're exposed to air, they start biodegrading.
Yeah.
So you've got to use them within like a certain amount of time. So I bought them to use at a game, and I was having issues with my bolt action rifle, so I didn't use them. And it's been about 8-9 months since they've been opened. So I fixed my rifle and I went to test it, and they'd swelled the BBs, but you couldn't really tell. Like, I should have known when I was loading them into my magazines that the magazines weren't feeding properly. I'm like, what the fuck's going on here? But when I tried to load it into the actual gun, into the chamber, it fucking wouldn't fire anything. So I had to like get a ramrod down the barrel and fucking clear it out. Tried it in my pistol to make sure. Got stuck in the pistol as well, so I had to ramrod down that. So yeah, if they're true biodegradable BBs and they say use within 3 months, definitely use within 3 months. But other than that, I've had no issues with 6mm ammo.
Yeah,
really good.
I mean, majority of the BBs are fine, got no problem. Just for some reason, I just seem to be pretty unlucky these last 2 deliveries.
Yeah. I need to order a new batch because I'm running low. So I'm running my 2.8s today.
Yeah, that's all I get now, 2.8s.
Talking to Luke about them the other day.
Yeah.
He was saying, he sends me an essay of an email saying, what should I do in this situation? And I'm like, right, yeah, cool. But I don't have time to reply to an entire essay every time, so I'll like wait a couple of days.
Page upon page upon page.
So he was asking, like, I can't remember in what reference he was asking. Oh, right, so he was saying, I'm using 2.8s, and my gun's only firing at like 300 feet per second now because I'm using 2.8s. I'd like it to fire at this amount of FPS. I'm like, well, no, it's
firing less. It's
still going to be firing at like 350.
No, he's firing less now. He's on the day he took it and got it chronoed.
Yeah.
He put 2s in it. It came out at 230, 240. He was not impressed. Him and this Jack lad have bought exactly the same gun, but Jack lad's put a bore type barrel in and an M100 spring in it. It's running at about 350, 360. But it's the same gun.
It's interesting.
So
has Jack just bought a gun and immediately put upgrades in it?
Yes.
That's like schoolboy error number 1.
Yes.
Ooh, there's my helmet again.
Like, he didn't even give it like 3 or 4 matches or anything. He literally 1 match, upgraded it all.
You don't need to do that. This is like, GMO were talking about this in a podcast, saying like, back when they first started, it was $300 or $400 to get a gun. Back when we started, do you remember how expensive Marie guns were back in the day?
Yeah,
like 230 quid or something, and we were like 16, like with fucking paper rounds or some shit, like trying to like save up for a fucking gun. And it was like, and every time we went to a game, it was all grown men. We were like the youngest people there, and there were loads of men with big expensive guns, all firing at like 270, 280, apart from a few guys who'd spent a little more to get it to 328. And then, that were it. We'd run stock guns for fucking forever.
Yeah.
For ages.
It's only because it's become so easier now.
It's so easy just to buy a gun. You can buy an AG for 80 quid and it comes with a high cap, a battery, and just everything you need to just fucking get out in the field for a game. And then people go, oh, right, this gun were 80 quid, which means it needs 150 quid's worth of upgrades put in it, so I'll do that straight away. So it's what it's doing is actually making a generation of really shit players. Because back when we started, if we wanted to get fucking the range and get up to the targets or whatever, we had to physically move and advance on people and learn tactics to get closer to the enemy so we could actually engage them without getting shreked.
Yeah.
But now people are like, oh, I'm not getting enough range, so I can't get the kills, so I'll just pump another 150 quid into this gun, and then I'll get some rando skeevy guy from fucking the site just to put this fucking gear in my gun, so it's gonna ruin the fucking warranty. He's not going to give me a warranty for it either because he's just some skeevy guy. So if anything goes wrong, I'm fucked, and I'm not thinking about this. It's some skeevy guy who doesn't really know what he's doing. He's done his own gun, and his own gun's a bit shit anyway.
Yeah.
So now your gun's shit because you've got this skeevy guy to do it.
And then that's it then, because 2 of them have got it, 3, then there'll be a 4th and a 5th.
Like that CXP 15K, like the spare gun I brought today.
Yeah.
It's a stock ICS gun. Nothing internal has changed about it, and nothing internal will change about it.
Yeah.
It's doing 3 summit on 2s. It's doing like 290, 280, 290 on 2.5s. And it's fine. It reaches as far as I need to go. It's a CQB gun at the end of the day,
Yeah.
so I don't really need it to be super
range.
range. But
yeah.
I've used it at this site where people are using like sniper rifles and all sorts of fucking crazy upgraded guns. And I still got all the fucking kills.
Yeah.
Because I were being tactical, sneaky, operator as fuck, knowing what I were doing.
To be fair, sometimes when you get like flatland or outdoors, you find that it is a case of who can outrange who.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like, there are cases where you can be pinned by one guy who can just outrange it, especially if it's a fucking 249 or something and he's got like 70 meters range out of it because he's got some kind of god fucking barrel in it. You're like, how the fuck is this 249 outranging us? They've got the legendarily worst hop unit in all of airsoft.
Yeah. Well, my mate got an MB05, I think.
The Wells.
Yeah.
VSR clones.
It is quite nice, but I personally not overly keen on snipers. So I don't think I'd ever get
It's an acquired taste.
Yeah.
I fucking love them. They're loads of fun. But ICS don't make one, so I've not been playing with one in ages. Because I'm repping like the brand hard, so I basically just use their guns now.
But to be fair, it's
oh
not
my god, more fucking work lights.
I could say it's not so bad though, is it? Good to rep them.
Yeah, we were talking the other day about, in fact on the last podcast, we were talking about Shorty's VSR G-Spec. So Shorty bought a Tokyo Marui G-Spec, which is the definitive best bolt action rifle on the market, like the best stock bolt action rifle. It's the most upgradable, there's most parts for it, it just works really good out of the box, fantastic. Shorty being Shorty wanted to upgrade everything about that gun. So when it came down to actually using the gun, the only things that were stock were the outer barrel, the actual receiver for the gun, and the suppressor. The stock was an M40 custom M40 A3 stock. Every single internal part, the trigger box, the trigger unit, the sears, the fucking piston, cylinder, spring guide, cylinder head, bolt handle, everything was custom. Even had a Mancraft SDIK in it, which is a spring dropping kit, which turns it from a spring rifle into a HPA, so an air-powered rifle with an external air tank.
Nice.
And it was fucking awesome, because normally with a spring rifle you're pulling the bolt back and you're compressing that spring, but with the SDIK you basically, all you need to do is, because it's powered by compressed air, all you need to do is pull it back far enough to let the BB in the chamber, which is about an inch.
Cool.
So you're like, and you're ready to go.
It's not bad at all, is it?
And it was such a fucking good gun. So you could chrono it, because it was HP as well. It was regulated how much air was going into it, so it was consistent every time. So he set it to 490 feet per second. So we were close to the 500 limit, but not too close.
Yeah.
And it was 490, 489, 491. Like, that was the consistency of it, rather than like 20 or 30 FPS inconsistencies. So yeah, it's coming up on the right up here. So, and the range on it was fucking incredible. It was, here's the site. So we are pulling up at Camp Sparta now. Is this the entrance? Yeah.
Zombie uprising, eh?
Yeah.
That'll be an eventful event.
You have reached your destination.
Safe zone's down here. There's one at trucks.
Aye. Sweet.
Right, so lads, guys, we are at Camp Sparta now. This is where we're going to end this episode of the podcast. Obviously, we're going to come back with another episode straight after this, so tune in next week for that. We will be me, Coup, and Jimmy D this time. We're going to be talking about everything we've experienced today at this fucking epic site. So if you want to hear that, tune in next time. So hopefully you'll be hearing this on either SoundCloud, I nearly said Instagram, iTunes or YouTube. If you are, if you're on iTunes, review it and follow us because that all helps, I hear.
Yeah.
And if you're on YouTube, hit subscribe and share the word. So I'm Magaz.
And I'm Coup.
Thanks for listening. And remember, kids, the air may be soft, but our balls are hard. Good times. But yeah, I'll tell you what made me, the first time I felt actually old
Yeah.
was the first time I saw a police officer that looked like I could be his fucking dad. It was Tesco petrol station. I was filling my car up. Police car pulls up at the pump next to me, and this guy gets out, this fucking fresh face, but he must have been about 19 or something.
Yeah.
I'm like, right mate, and he went, right lad. Like, acting like he was old. I'm like almost twice your age. Probably almost twice your age. You look 15. And I sat in the car and I'm like, how old am I? I was only like fucking 27 or something then, 26, 27. And I'm like, fucking hell man, that's scary.